What's up? It's Mal. Here's the deal. A common question I always hear from new motorcycle riders and people who want to learn to ride is, how do I get better at it? In this video, I'm going to show you my top 5 riding tips for new motorcycle riders and women who want to learn to ride motorcycles. When we start something new, like learning to ride motorcycles, we always want to get good at it. No one ever started a new hobby because they wanted to suck. We want to be awesome, we want to rock it, we want to be total badasses. Now, the saddest thing that could possibly happen is that you learn to ride motorcycles, but you still feel really scared and unsure of your abilities. I see this all too often as a motorcycle safety coach and in my mindset coaching practice. My aim is to help women ride safely so that they can live their best lives, but not everyone gets that far. The next thing you know, you don't ride as often, you stop making time to ride, and then you basically stop riding altogether. We need as many women riding motorcycles as we can, because when you ride, you discover a new side to yourself. It's super empowering as you learn this new skill that you never thought you'd have. Slowly, you begin to create a new identity for yourself outside of anything you've ever known. You'll feel strong, confident, and capable. By the way, I want you to check out my links below in the notes section for more motorcycle and mindset content. Okay, so how do you actually become proficient at riding? Well, follow along for my top 5 tips for new and beginner riders. Okay, so you've taken a motorcycle safety class, you've got your motorcycle endorsement, and you're ready to start riding. Congratulations, that is totally badass and a really big deal. The start of your riding career is critically important to your riding style and will determine the length of your riding career. It makes the difference between either sticking with the sport, falling totally in love with it, becoming a lifelong rider, or feeling discouraged, giving up, and never riding again. I had a super strong start to my riding career, fueled by endless enthusiasm and some really great mentors, and they lended a hand to me when I needed it. I love riding so much that I became a motorcycle coach. Not everyone needs to go that far. Anyway, as a new rider, you will develop your skills so that you stay safe and you get maximum enjoyment from riding. After all, riding motorcycles can be some of the most fun that you will ever have. However, it's a really big personal responsibility too. So you learned the basics of riding in your motorcycle safety course, and this is going to serve you super well to remember those techniques and those safety principles. I want you to keep all the material that you got in class so you can refer back to it later. There are many ways to build confidence and skill as you get more comfortable in the saddle. Okay, so 5 tips. As promised, let's go. Tip 1, start slow. If you're brand new to riding, like you've never ridden before or even been a passenger, you might feel a little uneasy on a motorcycle. The weight will feel heavy at first, and the motorcycle will seem bulky. Because it's not every day that you stand with your legs spread with a fuel tank and an engine between them. It's just not a natural posture. When I first started riding, I felt really awkward. I wasn't comfortable going fast, like over 40 miles an hour, and I didn't really like the feel of my bike. I was still figuring out its controls without needing to look down. To overcome this discomfort, I started riding in empty parking lots, practicing drills on weekends and in the evening. Any parking lot will do. Just make sure that you aren't disturbed because you're not creating a hazard for anyone. Places like schools, churches, big box stores, colleges, they all have really big, nice concrete lots with lots of space. Make sure there aren't many light poles where you go because they can be hazardous and distracting when you're riding. So I want you to stay away from those. Now, I used the local middle school near my house when I was practicing riding. I went there when no one was around, mostly in the evenings, and no one ever bothered me. It was super fun. As far as what you want to practice when you arrive, drills like turns from a stop, emergency braking, shifting gears, stop and goes, tight turns from a corner, and friction zone. Basically, anything you did in your motorcycle safety course, you can replicate in your private practice sessions. If you schedule time to do this regularly for the first 3 months of riding, your confidence will significantly improve. And once you feel like you have more control of your motorcycle, you can start riding on streets around your neighborhoods at speeds that you're more comfortable with. Gradually work your way up to higher speeds as your skills and confidence improves, but never go beyond what you are comfortable with. Okay, so even though this is a tip for beginner riders and women who want to ride, I want to mention briefly that it's something that experienced riders do all the time. For example, I like to do practice drills at the start of every riding season to refresh my skills and basically refine my skills after winter. Some friends of mine do this all the time just to improve their craft and stay really sharp when they're out on the road. Okay, so practicing is never a waste of time. And that is tip 1. Start slow by practicing drills in an empty parking lot and gradually increase your speeds as you feel comfortable. Step 2. Wear motorcycle safety gear. Staying safe on the roads extends beyond your skills and abilities riding a motorcycle. And since we all know riding motorcycles is inherently risky, we need to manage that risk and minimize it as much as possible. Motorcycles are more vulnerable to injury in a crash than driving a car. We don't have the protection of doors, hood, or a trunk, and if we're in a crash, our bodies take the hit. Yikes. So a great way to protect your skin and yourself is to wear motorcycle safety gear. Motorcycle safety gear comes in abrasion-resistant fabrics that include body armor to protect all the contact points that would be impacted in a crash. The main protective gear to consider is a helmet, full-fingered gloves, a riding jacket, long pants, and boots that cover the ankle, and eye protection. Now, for a helmet, you have several options to choose from. You've got the half-face helmet, the open-face helmet, full-face helmet, and the modular helmet. Within the full-face helmet category, there are 2 more types. We've got the off-road helmet and the dual sport helmet. So, for the helmet, I want you to choose based on how safety conscious you are and your style preference. Since I think that safety is sexy, I wear a modular helmet that covers my entire head. Look for helmets with safety ratings of DOT, ECE, and SNELL certification on your helmet. Not all helmets have all 3, but the more, the better. Motorcycle helmets start out on the affordable end, around $100, but they increase substantially with additional features added. So the important thing to know is that expensive helmets are rated the same as the cheaper helmets. However, they have better noise reduction, better styling, they're a little more comfortable, and they have better quality. Motorcycle gloves that cover your entire hand and fingers are best. Look for fabrics like leather or a synthetic fiber blend that includes Kevlar. Okay, so your riding jacket again should be leather or abrasion-resistant fabric, and you'll want to look for pockets that contain body armor at the elbows, shoulders, and back. For riding pants, they can be anything. Heavy denim is really common. It's a common choice, but you can get proper riding pants with armor at the hips and the knees for added protection. Over-ankle boots is going to protect your ankles, so look for something comfortable that suits your budget, but also suits your style. Now, eye protection is commonly included in helmet designs with a visor and a sun visor. So other protection options are sunglasses, safety glasses, eyeglasses. One final motorcycle safety gear I always like to include is earplugs. They protect my hearing while I ride, so I never ever leave home without them. Wearing motorcycle safety gear is super worth the investment, and I wear it every time I ride. Okay, tip 3, maintain 360-degree awareness. When riding motorcycles, there is a lot to pay attention to on the road. Things like motorists, pedestrians, wildlife, construction, they all play a major role in how we behave and what we pay attention to. As riders, we need to be constantly scanning our surroundings for hazards so that when we reach them, we can react in a way that is safe. 360-degree awareness is what surrounds us at all times. This means paying attention to what is in front, what is behind, what is to the left, and what is to the right of you and your motorcycle. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. As you ride and you become more comfortable on a motorcycle, this will start to become second nature for you. Maintaining 360-degree awareness will improve your riding and ensure that you arrive home safe every single time you go out for a ride. Tip number 4, keep your eyes up at all times. When I was new to riding and really unfamiliar with my bike, I found myself looking down a lot to use my controls. I would glance down or glance to the left or the right to steal a glance at my tachometer as I shifted gears. I think this is pretty common for new riders. However, looking down, even for a split second on the road, can mean missing a car merging into my lane or a pedestrian crossing the street. So for these reasons, it is critically important to keep your eyes up at all times while scanning your surroundings for hazards. Get comfortable with your controls. So while you're practicing in empty parking lots, you're actually building that comfortable and building that confidence to get on the road. Once you practice controlling your motorcycle with your eyes up, you will start to build muscle memory in your body so that you move unconsciously without thinking about it. So this level of mastery comes with practice and repetition. So make sure you're comfortable enough to ride with your eyes up before hitting the road. Tip 5, ride within your comfort zone. Riding motorcycles is incredibly fun when you have time and you have space to enjoy it. It will give you a sense of freedom you've never felt before, and you will experience a new level of self-belief once you realize that you are capable of controlling a motorcycle. It is seriously the best. So riding within your skill level is one of the most important things that you can do to ensure your safety on the road. Since motorcycles are more vulnerable to cars in accidents, we can't rush the same way we would if we were driving our car. So I never ride if I know I'm going to be late for work or late for an appointment. I just don't want to put myself in a position where I make quick, unsafe decisions or do not give myself an appropriate safety margin or good following distances in traffic. When riding with others, it can be super tempting to go beyond your skills and to try to keep up with the group. However, riding within your skill level and comfort zone will ensure a safe ride. Make a plan with your group to meet up at various locations if someone falls behind. Okay, so there you have it, my top 5 riding tips for motorcycle riders and for women who want to ride motorcycles. Combine these tips, practice them in the weeks, months following your endorsement, and you'll quickly become a more confident rider. So I hope these tips have helped you, and I hope that they will help you ride safely and have a ton of fun in the process. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As a motorcycle coach and a mindset coach, my aim is to always ensure that I share information that keeps you safe on the road so that you can live your best life. I have a small favor to ask. I'd love it if you could like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps get the word out so more women are empowered to ride motorcycles. Okay, so you can catch me at www.herhandlebars.com or on Instagram at Melissa Hussong. See you next time for more motorcycle and mindset tips.